abgeben.
Welcome to ReneMarie Stroke of Luck. I'm ReneMarie. And this show has evolved to be a really important show with strokes and, of course, aphasia and dementia. We have a friend or a partner for the foundation called Tracy Lawrence, who was on the telethon, has been on a show many times, just wrote a book. Dementia Sucks is the name of the book. And she was scheduled to be on the show, And all of a sudden, a friend of mine who I work with, we're on the phone talking because we talk every day, and she says, my mom just had a stroke and it has to do with dementia. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, we have to pull you in. And thank God Jim is so mobile, because he did whatever he needed to do to Skype them both in, and it's really going to be an amazing, informative show. So if you know anybody that has suffered from a stroke or is dealing with dementia, I really highly recommend that you tune in to watch this show. It's really important. And this is what this show is about. It's always about staying on the edge and really bringing to you the latest that we can in the information, and that's what we love about doing this show. So let me welcome my co-host Judy to the show.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm good. And before we begin, I'm going to introduce Nancy and Ginny. There are board members who are here. If you could put them on the screen, Jim. They're here to talk about a car show that we're recipients of some of the funds from that. And so good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. We're so happy to have you both in the studio today. And like I said,
you.
you're always welcome. We wing it really well, right, Jim?
Yep, we do.
So they're gonna be talking about the car show later on in the show. You're gonna give us more details about where it's gonna be and what we're gonna be doing and what's gonna benefit.
Renee's singing the Star Spangled
Yes, and
Banner.
Renee's going to sing for us, too.
Yay! That's what I love. That's like getting out of the box for me. So, but thank you. We want to give everybody our happy Father's Day to all of those who are actual fathers, but fathers aren't really somebody, doesn't have to necessarily be somebody that that gives birth to or helps to give birth to an individual. It really could be a surrogate, it could be a stepfather, it could be someone that just really
a mentor,
just somebody that really takes on a child in the life. I just met a young boy who teaches in a deprived education system, and he really is a father to all those children in the classroom every day. Sometimes he says to me he has to really give them lunch, sometimes breakfast. Sometimes he brings in food, like to make sure that they have food because they don't have food. So all the fathers in the world, and also to the women who are fathers, because some women have to take on both those roles to be mothers and fathers. So to them we acknowledge as well. That's okay, Jim. We love music. I love that song. So before we begin, can you bring up Jody's father's photo, and Judy could talk about it a little bit? It's Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. And Judy's father with Judy is in the photo. He's showing on the screen.
Yes, that was at an event that we went to.
That's a beautiful photo.
And my dad suffered a massive stroke and was paralyzed on the whole left side. And he had been a very active person. And he was in Rotary. He was president of Rotary, and he was treasurer for, God knows, I don't know, over 20 years, because nobody wants to be treasurer. And Rotary Club used to come and visit him in the nursing home when he got sick. Valuable lessons in life. And he showed me, he taught me things. He showed me how to be respectful to people, and how to be helpful, and to always be involved in community service.
Wow.
And I've spent about 30 years of my life doing community service.
You have, and this is...
Including an international project to send used medical and dental equipment to the Ukraine and to Peru and a few other places.
And you're doing international work on our foundation as well. So, Jim, thank you, Judy. Your father did do well, and
my mother also.
Your mother
did.
as well.
Yes.
Your mother as well. So, bring up my dad. So that's my daddy. I always called him Daddy. Never grew up, but doesn't matter. You're always a child with your father. Mm-hmm. My father brought to me unconditional love. And that's the most important thing. I always knew when I went to him, no matter what I did or what I say, he loved me. And that is the best gift of all. He taught me a lot of hard work and how to dedicate and how to just not to be positive. So, but the unconditional love is the thing that I always remember. And this photo was a really important photo because my dad never really followed my music career.
Oh.
And for some reason, at this particular time, I guess he knew that his life was shortened, that he made sure he came to this event. And it was actually the beginning of this. So it all ties in, and now he's a guiding force for me from heaven. Really, cool.
I feel that way about my parents as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I asked Ginny and Nancy really late last night if they could send me a photo about 11:30 because I actually was in the city because my stepdad was just diagnosed with something, so I had to run in to see him before they went back to out of the country. So I went to see him. So sorry for doing it so late. And Nancy will show your dad's. But can you put Ginny's dad up? Do you have Ginny's dad? Photos? Oh, you know what? That's my fault. I Facebooked it to you late last night. That's okay.
No,
That's
I
okay.
emailed mine to you early this morning.
So we'll don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So let's get into the important what this show is about. And ladies, if you have any input, please feel free to be a part of this conversation because this show is really important. If you could bring on Tracy and Kelly for me, Jim. All right, they're on? Okay, hi girls. Hi ladies.
Hello. Hi Tracy.
Hi Renee.
Hi Kelly.
So
Hello.
Let you know what, do me a favor, introduce yourselves because I don't want everybody to get Tracy, you could start so that our audience knows because otherwise I'm having to describe you in colors and I'd really rather you introduce yourself correctly. Go ahead.
Okay, hi, good morning. My name is Tracey Lawrence, and I am the author of the book, Dementia Sucks.
It's a great book.
Thank you.
Pull it back, Tracy. Pull it back because it's too foggy. Pull it back.
Okay.
Great
Yeah,
book.
I have a setting on Skype
That's okay.
video.
That's okay. We have a photo of it
yeah.
anyway to show on the screen.
Yeah.
Jim just showed it on the screen.
Yes.
Okay, jog it off so she can talk. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so I am also a family coach, and I talk to businesses about the need to support family caregivers in the workplace because roughly 70% of people who are working are also taking care of a loved one, and employers are blissfully unaware of this fact, and their employees are kind of struggling, and they're losing great employees to family caregiving. So I want to help them to bridge that gap so people can keep their jobs and keep their lives, and employers can keep their great, innovative, caring people employed at the same time, so we can support productivity and health in the workplace.
Right. And you also have a company called Grand Family Planning. Am I correct?
I do, and that's my that's the business that I have, that I help families to identify issues and navigate healthcare crises, and I have expanded that role so that I can also educate and help businesses to help their family caregiving employees. So once those employees are aware of the problems, I can then help them to connect all the dots so that they can take care of all the things they need to take care of in order to be able to efficiently and effectively care for their loved ones, care for themselves, and be able to be more productive at home and in the office.
Wow. Thank you so much. And of course, like I said in the intro, you're a part of our family. We're the one we run to when we have questions in that area, and so you're a partner with us. So thank you so much, Tracy.
It's my privilege, Renee. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Kelly, introduce yourself a little bit, and then tell us, why we talk every day, but tell us tell us why you had to come onto the show today as a last minute. I think it was less than 24 hours ago.
Yes, it was. Well, my name is Kelly Grimm, and I live in Pennsylvania. And at one time, my mom lived with us when we were in Virginia. She's now living with my youngest sister, Sabrina, in Missouri. And just suddenly, a woman who was 83 and healthy, with no symptoms or signs, no warning at all. My youngest sister, Sabrina, discovered she had had a stroke and took her immediately to the doctor. She had already been diagnosed that dementia was coming forward quite quickly. And so the diagnosis is something called MID, which the silent stroke seemed to escalate the dementia symptoms. And this is all in the last 2 weeks. So needless to say, I have two sisters, Sabrina and Shari, and the three of us were very unprepared. And we are winging it and have 1,000 questions and concerns and aren't sure what the answers are to any of them. So Renee and I have been friends for a while, and so this was just a impromptu. I've obviously got a book to get and share with my sisters, thanks to Renee's recommendations. So we're just here to ask some questions and listen.
So ask your first question, Kelly, because this is really important. You had some really important questions to ask, and of course they've got to be put to Tracey, because Tracey's the one that experienced this. We all experience strokes in one fashion or another, but the piece for dementia is the part where Tracey can help us. So give us, and actually Tracey can help us, because why Tracey and I connected was she helps us prepare for the unknown of what's going to happen in our lives. And that's her grand family planning. So you kind of need help from her gifts right now. So ask the first question.
So the immediate concern is that she shouldn't be alone. And in, that area of insurance, you immediately look to what are the resources, how do we, communicate with doctor, what the needs are. So she simply has Medicare Part B, and she's a veteran's widow, so she has TRICARE for life as a supplement. So, our concern is how do we don't want to see her in a facility, and she certainly will not go. And we've been told, and I've heard this from so many other friends over the years, that if someone goes to a facility, the first thing that happens is every penny that they have has to pay before Medicare starts. And so we're looking for home health and caregiving. Obviously we're in 3 different states, and so we're going to have to figure out, how we all can come together. But that's really one of the big questions is what are the resources for us to go to and look to for helping to pay for the needs that she has.
Okay, that's that one question is probably an entire show, but I'll start with the basics. Well, what you first of all, you gave me one really great piece of information. Mom is entitled to veterans benefits. That's awesome. So one of the things that you should do early on is go to the veterans, go to the website first. And there's actually, I was researching it yesterday after Renee told me that you were coming on, and she said that your mom had been collecting widow's benefits, and I said, was Dad in the service? And she didn't know. So now you told me, and that's great. So if you go to the VA website, there's actually a geriatric page, and it has resources on that page. And one of the things that you want to do if you want to keep Mom in her home is sign her up for what's called Veterans Aid and Attendance. Now, that is a benefit to veterans and their widows that pays for care in their home. Okay, so depending on what her situation is, that benefit can be worth $2,000 a month. That will help you to pay for in-home care and things of that nature. So, and a lot of people, the Veterans Administration, don't know about that benefit. That's why I say go to the website first. Okay, so that website will actually tell you like what it is, what it does, and how to apply for it. And since your mom already is on TRICARE, that's fantastic. So that she's already in their system. So that should help to connect the dots. Now, stepping back from that particular aspect of your mom's situation, you asked about Medicare and Medicaid. Now, those are two different benefits. Okay, so Medicare pays for medical. That's all it pays for.
What does it pay for, Tracy? What is that?
Yes.
What does it pay for?
Medicare pays for medical.
Oh, medical.
So,
medical. Okay.
So it does not pay for what's called custodial care. Custodial care is, home health people. It's the people who are hired to assist people with dementia. Okay? So the people who serve assisting roles will not be paid for with Medicare benefits. And that's a really important thing for people to understand. They think that if they develop dementia and they need to hire people, that Medicare will just pay for it, and that's not true. Medicare will pay for medical supplies. It will pay for, and if you have Part D, it will pay for drugs. It will pay for hospitalization. It will pay for doctors, but it does not pay for assistance. So it's very important to understand the distinction and to prepare for a time when you might need to hire other people. And if that's the case, then you need to have a long-term care strategy in place. So, and another thing, when you're talking about Medicare, you want to have a doctor in your corner who understands Medicare.
Right.
Because the way a patient is charted will have a direct relationship with the benefits that they will be able to receive. A lot of people don't know about this, but let's say, your loved one is admitted to the hospital on observation. That's a way of charting a patient that says, hey, Medicare, you're not going to pay for a lot of stuff. So you want to avoid that. It's extremely important to have a doctor who knows how to navigate. So if you can find a geriatric doctor, then that's what you want. Yes?
No, I was going to say how to code things properly.
Right.
Because it's all about the coding so that the person that's doing the paperwork understands the need for particular help and assistance and support.
Correct. So it's very important to have a geriatric doctor who understands Medicare on your team. Now, I realize that, since your mom is on, with having veterans benefits, she's probably seeing VA doctors. Is that the case?
Actually, no, that wasn't the first, visit made. It was
okay. Good.
So we haven't touched or moved anything towards a veterans doctor or anything. The first doctor was the closest, was one that we felt had some elderly care knowledge, and that's it.
Yeah, you want to find someone who's got a geriatric background, someone who really understands, because the things that happen to older people are very different than the things that happen to not people who are less old. So
why is that, Tracy? Why is that?
Why is that? Because as we age, things that are not particularly harmful to middle-aged people are extremely harmful to the elderly. For instance, urinary tract infections. Okay, that was, to me, like with my mom, was extremely shocking, because urinary tract infections were what drove my mother's deterioration.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes,
Tell us
they
why.
they made her profoundly psychotic.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean it made her psychotic? Because of the feeling
yeah.
of it? Because she
No,
didn't.
no. The actual infections.
Oh, okay.
The actual infections have a very severe impact on a person's physiology. You know, when you're younger and you're stronger, you can deal with a UTI. Yes, it's uncomfortable, and you can't wait to get an analgesic and, to make the symptoms less painful. But in the elderly, it can kill them.
Wow.
And if they and particularly if they already have cognitive decline, it can help to accelerate it, and it can help to make them profoundly psychotic. My mother went through a period where she became violent, paranoid. She thought people were like coming after her. She thought people were plotting against her. And at one point she was thrown out of rehab for threatening people with knives.
Wow. And so,
this was not, that was not her nature before she got sick.
Wow.
So, and when I understood that a urinary tract infection was the seminal event that caused her to get that way, that was a whole new world for me. And from the time of that event, it was an ongoing thing. Once they develop one urinary tract infection, it's very difficult to get control over that. And you want to work with a doctor who knows what to do to keep that situation in check. Cranberry juice and cranberry juice pills, things of that nature, are a really strong ally in that direction. But when people develop dementia, they don't like to take pills. They don't like to drink a lot of water. They bob and weave, and they try to avoid doing the things that are good for them. Wow. So you really need to there's a whole raft of tools that you need to adopt in order to be able to help your loved one who is experiencing these symptoms.
Wow, that's pretty powerful, information.
Renee, that's why I try to get this stuff out there, because people don't know. When you're coming into this fresh, you hear a UTI, like, what's that? You think it's a college, and then
that's true, right?
And then you're like, oh, wait a minute, I've had urinary tract infections. I take antibiotics, and in a few days I'm fine.
Wow.
But with the elderly, it's a much more sinister and difficult thing to deal with. So you really have to know what you're dealing with and take it very seriously. So that's something to look out for.
So Kelly, you're then where are you in the navigation with your? Because I know you have your sisters watching as well, so that we can all be on the same page with this information.
Well, definitely, I would have probably not jumped as quick into, what Tracey has recommended is go to the veterans site and look at that information, which will be tremendous. And yes, not knowing which, there's Part A, Part B, all the Medicare. And I know she won't qualify for Medicaid because she, is just over that threshold of having her veterans pension and Social Security. So we already know that. We've reached out and out of our own pocket, have had to have some caregivers come in, which we weren't sure how she would handle it, because we are seeing the, bipolar type behavior of high, low, angry, frustrated, and having to use a walker. I mean, this is a woman who's very proud and thank goodness, has been extremely healthy her whole life, which is probably something that will help us through this. But your advice has been tremendous. That that will move us along a lot quicker. As again, we want to make her life comfortable. We're, just feeling strained as we discover. And I think that my sister picked out a pretty good doctor that's very familiar with dementia issues and the medical parts. The greatest part is the unknown and the fear of, to the thought of letting her be alone at the point the dementia, symptoms come, or these silent strokes that, there's no warning that could happen. There was we can't even pinpoint when she had the initial strokes. The fear that she'd walk out the door, in some night, confused, thinking she was going to, bedroom or bathroom, and we wouldn't know it. So we've taken the next step of, we've got cameras about to go in that have the voice activation so that, we can see and talk back and forth. So we're just trying to jump into all the things that we think could happen. My sister's looking at putting something on her property that would put my mom right there close, but caregiving at home is, going to be necessary, and you can't, caregivers got to sleep, so you need help, and yes. It is to be in different places, so we're all going to team up together and see what we can do to provide the care that we want our mom to have.
Sure. Another thing that should be very high up on your list is finding an elder law attorney who can help you navigate this. Now, I know that you think that mom can't qualify for Medicaid, but before you, the Veterans Aid and Attendance thing is great, but that's going to add to her income. So before you actually put the puck in the net with the Veterans Aid and Attendance, you want to talk to an elder law attorney about trusts for your mother's income. Now, there's something called a Miller's Trust, where the income that your mother's getting can be parked in that trust. Now, I'm not an attorney, okay? Full disclosure. I'm not an attorney, so I'm not giving you legal advice. But I'm just talking about, in general terms, a device that some people use when they're doing long-term care planning that involves potential Medicaid, where the money can be placed in a Miller's Trust, which basically says, okay, Medicaid, we're only using this money for mom's care. So if the care that she needs exceeds her income, then you can apply for Medicaid, but her income funnels through that trust, so that whatever long-term care facility she might have to go to knows that that money is available to pay for her needs, but can be augmented with Medicaid. Okay. So you really want to get an elder law attorney who understands this stuff and who's willing to help you with this on board. Now, I don't know if your sister has power of attorney for your mom.
She does. Yeah.
Okay, good. That's extremely important. You don't want to have to do that after cognitive decline kicks in.
He did handle that ahead of time, so that was
that's excellent. But now next step is you want to talk to an elder law attorney about the potential for needing Medicaid, because a lot of families say there is no way on God's green earth I am ever putting my loved one in a home. Right. However, when they make that statement, they're thinking of the person who took care of them, who loved them, who's always been there for them, who's been competent, and all the things that the parent has been up until this point. I never envisioned my mother turning into a knife-wielding felon. Okay? So, I had to put her in a home. I could not take care of her in my home. I didn't like the idea of putting her in a facility, but at the same time, you have to measure like what serves you and them best. And a lot of times when they get to that point, having them in a place where they can receive 24-hour care, where their meals are made, where their medication is delivered on a schedule, where they have where they have entertainment and socialization with other people. All of those things support a healthier life for them and better quality of life. So while it sounds, it's a very guilt-inducing thing for most of us to think of putting our parents in a facility. Mm-hmm. It's not what we envision. Okay, so it's lovingly, I say to you, don't discount it as a possibility, because you will find that as the trajectory of your mother's illness changes, the stress that it puts on you and your sisters and everyone who has to take care of her may make it necessary to consider rehoming her for in everyone's best interest.
Wow.
So it's something to work towards. It's something to plan for. You may never do it, but by making it part of a potential plan, hey, you can keep her in her home with home health aides as long as possible. But at the same time, you want to start thinking in terms of, well, what if? Here's another question for you. Does your mom own her home?
No, she does not. No,
okay.
She does not own a home.
Okay, that's good to know. Because for some people there are other options, but if they're homeowners, but the veterans thing is so important, especially at this stage. And so number one, elder law attorney, and at the same time be investigating the veterans benefits. And for those of us who are listening who don't have veterans benefits, there's a wonderful website. It's Elder Care Locator. Just Google it. I think it's Elder. They changed the web address recently, but just Google Elder Care Locator, and it will allow you to identify the state that you're in, and it will reveal a bunch of services that are available to you in your area. Because every area has elder care resources that are provided by Social Security and the local, your local government, that and then you can find out like what's actually available. And one last thing I recommend to anybody who can is find yourself a care manager. Now, these people, they're usually social workers, but they don't have to be. But they are people who understand this world of dementia, and they can help you to develop what's called a plan of care, so that you can figure out what things your loved one needs and what you can do to serve those needs and put them together in the context of an integrated plan. And that's something that I do. I have a care manager at Grand Family Planning, and we work together to figure out what the family needs and what we need to do in order to fulfill those needs, so that everyone in the family gets the care they need. And it's not just the loved one, but it's all the people who are in a caring situation.
And what I love about you, Tracy, is that, and this is where we came from a long time ago, standing at the softball field. It wasn't about us promoting ourselves. It was about you helping me, you providing me help, and things. And you're so well educated, in your verse about what needs to be done. And you don't tell people what to do. You're just helping them find resources in order to find their way, because each situation is so different. It's
Absolutely.
So different. I know we only have like 2 more minutes because we have to go. And I would like to invite you both back to continue this conversation. Would that be okay for both of you?
Sure.
Continue this conversation, to really find out where you are, Kelly,
Sure.
in your planning and how we helped. Tracy, hang on, I wanna, because we didn't even touch on the fact that what this show was supposed to be about the workplace. And Kelly is going through that now, and so are her sisters. How do they take care of their mom when they have to work? I mean, it's a whole different. So we're just gonna put it out to the world that we're gonna come back and have that discussion. But I did connect both of you via text message last night. So you're both connected. Take it where you can take it, and thank you so much for, being a part of this team and really bringing so much knowledge, Tracey and Kelly. Do you have any last questions that you want to say on air to Tracey or?
No, just thank you, and we will certainly be buying your book and learning more, but you've really brought some good things that my sisters, we can discuss and help move forward, and we're happy to share again, where we are in a little while as we, start this journey to make sure that our caregiver, which she was a very strong, independent, woman that, we're committed to making sure that she has the best life in these golden years that she can. So
Wow.
I appreciate the input and help.
Wow. Jim, can you put up Tracey's book before we fly out of here with Kelly and Tracey? I just want to make sure that we have the proper book, and maybe Tracey could share with us where we could purchase that book. It's on the screen, Tracey. Where could you purchase that book?
Okay, you can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Barnes & Noble, and it's in the Simon & Schuster database. It is published by Post Hill Press. So any bookstore if you have a favorite independent, please walk in there and say, I want Dementia Sucks, and they can order it for you. Hopefully they would order more than one copy so that when people walk into the store and see Dementia Sucks, maybe I should buy this book, they will. So we're trying to get the word out to as many people as possible, because I get a lot of reach outs on a regular basis from people who've read the book and say, thank you, because they've learned a lot from it. And the important thing is that they don't feel alone anymore, because they identify with what I went through with my mom, and while everyone's journey is different, there are a lot of common elements, and the shock of seeing someone you love turn into something else with no warning is very tough to deal with, and but we can get through it, and I'm living proof that with the right knowledge and the right planning, you can survive it, you can get through it, and you can help your loved one to have the best possible quality of life while they're still with us.
Yeah, and the other thing that I would like to, because it's on my brain, and if I don't say it now, the other thing, Tracey, on that show, Judy's going to reach out to both of you to reschedule both of you at the same time. But the other portion of this is for planning, because I want to talk about the insurance that you had me purchase, that you offered to me.
Sure.
That if anything happens to me, and I don't know, I'm not insurance, I just trust you, and you gave me all the options. but it actually turns into a fund for me, for my family to be able to support me. So we're not going to get into that now, but that is a topic that I want to get into, so everybody knows that you have to plan for your future while you still can. That is such a big piece to this. So so thank you so much, both of you. I'll be talking to you, and let me know if I can do anything at all. And everybody here, is thinking about your mom, Kelly. And we'll keep her in our prayers, because we believe that prayer is powerful.
And Kelly and Tracey, I will be contacting you and giving you open dates to decide on.
Probably September, because I think we're booked through September, so probably be mid-September. But if you need anything, and anything happens that you want to Skype in and you want to pop into a show, please let us know, because we want to keep updated on this. So, bye. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Good luck, Kelly.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye, ladies. See you soon.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye. So pretty
Earful.
pretty powerful.
Her book was excellent, and it doesn't matter whether it's dementia or stroke or whatever it is. She takes you through the caregiving, and she does it with humor also. So it was very interesting, and I really enjoyed it, and I got it through Amazon in like 2 or 3 days.
Wow. Wow, that's
Well, you
so
have to have
good.
humor in everything.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
does help the
If you
healing.
lose that, it's,
Yeah. So on to our exciting, car show that Nancy has been involved with. So I'm going to let you share the information because you guys know better than me. But if you could put them on the screen by themselves, Jim, and let them have the center stage so that they could provide information. Take it away, girls.
Good morning. I'm Nancy, and this is Ginny.
hey.
And we've got a car show that I have been involved with for, over 15 years. And the Gold Coast Cruises is right here on Long Island. And we are one of the oldest car clubs. And what we do every year is we have a show at Morgan Park in Glen Cove. It's waterfront, Gold Coast right there. Everybody loves that. And what we do is we attract muscle cars. We've got trucks. We've got antiques. Everything you can imagine as far as cars. And what we do is we raise money for individuals, for organizations that are in need. And this year, one of the recipients will be ReneMarie. So we're very proud and very happy.
It's not
to
me,
do
it's the
that.
Language of Love
the
Foundation.
Language of
Yes.
Yes. the
I'm
Language of
not
Love
benefiting by myself.
No, you know what I meant. You know what I meant.
That would be nice, though.
You know what I meant.
I know. What's wrestling? I just wanted to make it clear.
Yes, no,
because
you're right.
because if you're not clear, somebody could read into that and say,
No, you're right. Yes.
What are they
ReneMarie,
doing?
Language of Love.
501c3 organization.
For stroke and aphasia awareness.
So anyway, what we're going to do is we will have an area that we will have a table and we will be there and we will have information regarding stroke, aphasia, and again, it'll be a beautiful day. Calm down, support us, and I'll show you.
Look at that. That rocks.
This is
Can
our
you
poster.
can you
I don't
zoom
know
in on that,
Can you zoom
Jim?
in on that, Jim?
Let me see if he can. Because I always ask Jim off the cuff things, No,
That's right. No?
We'll take I'll send a photo out.
But we will have a lot of vendors there. We will have food, drink. And like I said, we get anywhere from 500 to 800 cars.
Wow.
And these cars are pristine. These are the cream of the crop. And if you have nothing to do on June 30th, please come down, join us. Even if you come down for a little while, come down, support us. And Renee is going to sing for us too, the national anthem, which I'm very excited about because we do have entertainment. But I thought it'd be very special to have you sing that for us.
Thank you.
That is
Thank
very
you.
special.
I'm honored. And I actually, when I was pulling this together, I thought we're going to dedicate it to those that suffered from stroke and aphasia. That's my dedication for the performance.
The car club is very happy to have you. We had a meeting just this past week, and they're very excited.
Yeah, that's
Because,
good.
again, knowing that I had a stroke
Right.
and bringing this forward to them, they really, wow.
Yeah.
It's a wow factor.
I was thinking, we're going to meet after this to talk about what we need, but maybe we could come up with a little postcard to put on hand to each car owner so that they're in
great
tune
idea.
with so that because I'm pretty sure
We
that when they're
definitely- we can definitely walk around and hand them.
yeah, because I think when they're showing their cars, they're not going to be able to walk away from their cars.
No, they just sit there. Everybody
Yeah.
relaxes. They talk to each other. Some of the car clubs themselves, like the Corvette Car Club, the Mustang Club, everybody has their own little group.
Wow, that's
And they
incredible.
will sit with them, with their own little group, and then you have some that'll mix and match with other people.
And a lot of people know each other just because it's a community.
Exactly.
People
Right.
that own the classic cars. Nancy and I met at Renee's first telethon, and we started talking, and I said something about my 66 Mustang, and you said, I have a Mustang, and one of the other ladies goes, I'm out of here because it's car talk now. But car buffs find each other.
Oh, my
And it
gosh.
was like we
It's
had
very
an
funny.
instant connection. And I'm very excited about being at the show just because I walk around with my jaw on the ground.
Oh, the
saying,
cars
I
are
want that one, I want that one,
magnificent.
I want that one. And it's a lot of fun. It come out, even if you don't know about cars,
Yeah.
just to be able to see, if you're on the highway and you see one of these beauties go by, you always go,
Follow
wow,
it.
look at that car. But to see that many all in one place. It's just really
And to
exciting.
be able to look inside each car.
and they'll let you
and
sit
look
in
at the
them,
engines.
and they're very
It's
gracious
exciting.
people.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, they're
really
very eager to talk to you about their car.
They'll tell you their life story.
Oh my goodness,
Every
yes.
car they've ever owned.
Well, they love. They
Absolutely.
just
Yeah.
they
They're their
love.
babies.
It's a passion.
Yeah.
It's a passion.
And they're valuable.
They spend thousands and thousands of dollars to restore these cars. I'm a Motorhead, like Ginny.
What's a motorhead?
That I'm
Gotta
very
speak.
much
Gotta
okay.
teach me the language, the lingo. What is a motorhead?
Motorhead means someone who's very much into cars, restorations, things like
Okay.
that, which I've done as well. So for me, when somebody talks about, a 67 Mustang or they talk about a Boss 302 Mustang, I can tell you exactly what's going on because I know the cars, like Ginny. So it's the same thing. And also, too, just as a little added, I'm the 50s chick. So you will see me dressed up in my poodle skirt.
Oh yes, she always said that.
In my poodle skirt. So, and again, feel free to come over and talk to me. And again, like I said, we appreciate any support you can give us. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity for ReneMarie, Language of Stroke.
And we just want to bring awareness. That's why it's so
Yeah.
important that we're involved with this, because we're going to touch 1,000 people that day.
Oh, easily.
Sunday, June 30th.
Sunday, June
Sunday,
30th.
June
And we have a
30th.
rain
Morgan,
date.
Morgan Park. The rain date is July 21st. And believe me, it's very easy to get to. And we hope to see you there.
What's the website of the?
The website is www.goldcoastcruises.org. You can go on there. If you have a car and you'd like to come, you can pre-register right online. Otherwise, you can register the day of the show, and we hope to see you there.
And don't they have tables as well that you could rent?
Well, you're getting a booth.
Vendors.
Right.
Vendors.
Yeah. But are there other vendors?
There are other vendors already booked.
Okay.
There's, like I said, there's a T-shirt guy who does the car shirts. You've got Kathy who's coming.
Oh, she is
Kathy's
Great,
coming.
great.
She has costume jewelry. You have us. You have people that have car waxes.
Oh, good.
Every walks of life.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, it's really a nice community. It's a nice way to meet people. It's a great way to network. So there's a lot of value to a car show of this
Oh my
magnitude.
God! Absolutely.
And like Renee said, we're trying to get the word out, and we feel that this is an excellent platform to do that.
oh my gosh! Yes.
Because a lot of the old car buffs are old.
That's right. They are old.
These are
Some of
cars
them have
They
had
don't like to
strokes.
be called
So,
old, though.
No, but they're in that age category where
The cars from the 60s are the cars that they either
50s,
had or they
40s.
wanted when they were young.
Well, you know what Judy's going to be doing, right? I know what Judy's going to be doing. Judy's going to have her calendar, and she's going to be booking every single person. Oh,
Have you had a stroke?
Oh, do you want to be on our show? Oh, yeah. But that's good because it's about the information. And actually,
I use every
Michelangelo,
opportunity to book people.
Yes,
Michelangelo and Brian, you have to come with your camera.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
So that you could video it. I forgot to mention that to him.
very
But
great.
yes,
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they
Yeah.
still have 2 weeks to prepare.
Oh,
Because-
2 weeks. Yeah, June 30th.
Yes, plenty
Morgan
of
Park,
time.
Glen Cove.
Because I remember interviewing Mark McEwen at what was it? It was a car show. It was Judy Run's car show. Yes, the
Yes,
first time.
yes,
The
yes,
first
yes.
time that I ever met Bob. I couldn't even think. Bob from that was the beginning
Yes,
of everything for us. So so I'm going to invite Michael. But he
awake,
loves to
Michael?
do that.
Yeah.
He loves to do
great.
that.
We're
stuff,
inviting
so.
everyone.
Everyone.
Come and have a great day.
Yeah, because Bobby and Kathy will be coming
Yes.
already,
Yeah.
and Foo's not going to be around. He's going to be out of the
Canada?
country. He's going to be in Canada. So the rest of the board will be there.
I mean, I grew up in Glen Cove when I was a kid, and we used to walk to Morgan's Beach,
Park, yeah.
Morgan's Park, Morgan's Beach. I've been there, I can't even tell you, since probably the early 60s, but it's exciting for me to go back to the old neighborhood.
And see the old house.
Actually, I've seen it on Google Earth. It's so different.
That's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
But it's a beautiful setting. I mean, the Long Island Sound is right there.
Yeah.
The beach is there. There's gazebos. Like I said, we're going to have live entertainment.
Beautiful park.
Renee's going to sing for us. You
Yeah.
can't get better than that.
No.
You just can't.
Yeah.
I'm so
Have
excited.
fun.
We're very excited. We're very excited. Thank you, Nancy,
You're
for
welcome.
making that work. We have a lot of other things in the works. We're working on a cookbook. We're working on, I'm actually, next Saturday is my first Lift Our Voices. Lift Our Voices is when we have to reach out, we have to create a press. And if any entertainers want to join me, it's the give back. We are going to Preakness Healthcare to go room to room for those that
that's great.
that can't
Marvelous
come out
idea.
to see.
We used to do that with my old
yes,
dance company.
yes.
We would go, people that couldn't get out of their rooms, the recreational
Yes,
rehab
yes.
unit.
Yes,
And
very important.
it just made such a difference, especially if there was a surprise. The family would come and say,
Yes.
come on in, because they can't get out, and their face would light up.
Yesterday Friday I was performing at Preakness Healthcare, which is just a gift, a place. And it was a Father's Day celebration, and there was
Edwin was there, right? Was Edwin
no.
there? Oh, okay.
There was a gentleman in the back. He was in a bed, so I kind of went by him and I sang to him, and he just looked up, and he was just so honored that I thought about him to include him in the performance.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people just sing and you're singing and he doesn't see what's going on.
Yeah. A lot of
That
times,
was
even
so sweet.
if they can't respond physically, they might still be hearing.
Oh yes,
Hearing what you're doing.
yes,
I mean, I remember
absolutely.
we had done a number of shows at the St. Albans VA hospital, and there were, veterans there that looked like they were just, kind of either drugged or just out because of their condition. But you never know what they're really experiencing, so it was always
Music
very
makes
important.
them
Just
come alive, and even if they're non-responsive, the memory of the songs that they're hearing.
yeah,
It stays with them.
It's
You know what? The other
Boy.
thing that I've learned, and someone said to me, "Oh, you got to sing songs that they know." Yeah, that's important for me to sing songs. But my job when I walk in is to lift them, to bring them up, to energize them,
Right.
because they sit in those rehabs and they're just
There's
like
no stimulation
Yeah.
at all.
So
Exactly.
when I bring high energy songs to them,
Yes.
they just go.
Yes,
You
music
know,
and
and-
memory, very important.
They just come to life, and
Yeah.
I just love that.
Yes.
I just love
That's
that.
what was so important to me for so many years with
Yeah.
the dance company.
Yeah.
It's just the people that you touch and the stories and the people that you heal, that
Yeah.
we helped heal.
Yeah.
Music therapy, dance therapy opens neural pathways in the brain. And it really is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I love it. I love it. And and Nancy, Ginny's going to come with me to sing too, and because we're going to do it in Long Island too. So
Okay,
we'll come and we'll
I'm
sing.
there.
So I know you wanted to sing read a little bit about caregiving. If you could do it quickly, because we only have about
Well,
one
because
more
it's
minute.
so long, I'm
Yes,
not going
yeah.
to read
But I
that.
saw
I'll just
something
give you
there.
this. A caregiving tip. Remember that in the long run, you will benefit from caregiving, because you will have no regrets knowing that you did what you could and what was right.
Thank you.
The other items I will mention at another times. It's a brief list of things that caregivers should know.
And we'll post that on the. Why don't we post that? You can write those up, and I could post them so that we could. But I want to apologize because, me being in a hurry and stuff like that, I actually put the verbiage out, caretaking, and Judy's like, no, it's caregiving, and I get it, where it's more compassionate to caregive. Rather than caretaking. Caretaking just sounds a little like what's that?
It's like the gardener.
gardener.
Is the caretaker of the estate.
Which is okay, but it's not loving and passionate. So I apologize, Judy.
That's okay. I was trying to correct it up to the last minute, but I could not change it because I could make it different for me, but I couldn't transfer it anywhere because you had the master.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
okay.
I couldn't.
That's okay. So, girls, can you come on? Can you disconnect yourselves and come on over? We want to blow our kisses, and we want to thank Tracy Lawrence once again. Wow, that was so powerful.
And Kelly.
Kelly is a very dear friend. We've only worked together, I think, 6 or 8 months, and we really connected as soon as we started to work. And
I didn't realize you were working with Kelly.
I was working with Kelly. I was working with Kelly, but Kelly and I we're just together now.
That's fabulous.
So no, you can stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Judy, just pull out a little bit so that go out that way. Go out that way a little bit, just so we could make sure that they're. So we got everybody, Jim?
We're all in.
All right. So thank you so much. Aren't I blessed? I mean, look.
We're very blessed.
blessed.
No. I'm the blessed
Yes,
one. I'm
we're the
blessed
ones that are blessed.
And
yes.
happy Father's Day to everybody.
Happy Father's
Happy
Day.
Father's
Jim.
Day.
Happy
Father's
Father's
Day.
Day.
Father's Day.
Jim is a great dad. A great dad. I should have. Oh, I asked you to send a photo. Sorry, I asked it late last night.
It's okay.
I just want to say appreciate your dad while you have him,
This is true.
as well as your mom.
Yeah, and Jim's wonderful daughter, who he is.
She's a beauty.
How many children do you have, Jim?
3.
3. You got 2 older
Oh.
children, and what are the names
My
of you?
daughter just got engaged.
Oh, congratulations.
That's right. Yay! That's
Happy
awesome.
news. Happy news.
Pretty soon you're going to be a granddad.
Oh
my
That is an honor. That is an
Rush
honor.
it.
That's an honor. So happy Father's Day, and we're gonna blow our kisses. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you next week.
Yo no entiendo por qué tú más de nadie sabes qué pasó en mi vida, Yo no sé qué tú piensas.
sitting there all dead. The lines held up inside my head. I left here like a broken man with no idea of where I stand. Oh, my mind clear. Oh, I shed all my tears. Oh, now baby, I was just waiting here while you moved on. Security, this newfound freedom you kept from me. The sound of all your loaded guns. This outbreak war has just begun. The sound of all your loaded guns. This broken man has already won. Oh, my mind.